Every year, our nation comes together on November 11th for a reflection and appreciation of our veterans during Veterans Day. So today, in the Legal Know, Vincent J. Russo will discuss the hidden benefit for elderly veterans and their surviving spouses. Vincent, so glad you're here today. I'm very intrigued. As the son and a brother of a veteran, I want to hear what you have to say about these hidden benefits.
Yes, a hidden benefit. And I think this is really important because there are 15.8 roughly million veterans in this country.
Wow.
And half of them are 65 or older. And so this benefit really goes to helping veterans who need assistance with long-term care at home or an assisted living facility or in a nursing home. And how do we help these veterans? And so, or perhaps they're younger and disabled. And so it's a really important benefit, and a lot of people don't know about it. It's called aid and attendance.
Okay.
Aid and attendance. And so with this program, there's a monthly stipend that one might be able to receive up to a maximum, and let's look at what these numbers look like. For a single veteran, $2,300 per month. For a married veteran, $2,727. And for a widowed veteran, $1,478 per month. Wow. So this is a benefit that's determined by how much income you have. We call it countable income. And then we see what there are offsets that would be against that countable income. And then if you're under these amounts, you can get a check up to that amount.
Wow.
So it's complicated, but the bottom line is people who have limited income or very high expenses taking care of themselves at home, or an assisted living facility, or in a nursing home, can get a stipend, a monthly benefit from the Veterans Association, Veterans Administration. These are, it's not an age-required situation. It's a matter of the need.
So how does someone find out that they're eligible, either the person themselves or, we might have people who are realizing that their parents are in this situation. How do you find out if you're eligible for this benefit?
Good question. So first, who can be eligible? And that's a veteran, all right?
Okay.
Now, we're going to define a veteran as someone, though, who has to have service during wartime. So there is some requirements there, and I know there's some issues regarding the Vietnam War, and they've really dealt with that and expanded it to make it all inclusive. So someone who was in the military, who during wartime served, then they can be eligible for this benefit. Then there's a medical requirement, all right? And so we can look at that, and the medical requirement is that you need assistance with activities of daily living. Eating, bathing, dressing, going to the bathroom, things we probably take for granted every day, right? Or that person is bedbound, resides in a nursing home, or has limited eyesight. So if you are in one of those categories and you're a veteran who served during wartime, and you don't have to have active combat when I say serve during wartime, then you've met the baseline requirement for eligibility.
Okay. So then what are the steps then to apply for this?
All right. So we're going to have one more step before we apply.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right.
And that is there's a financial eligibility test as well. All right. So they are looking at your assets, and you're allowed to have $155,356. Who comes up with these numbers?
My goodness.
Plus your residence. So that's the asset test. If you have given assets away, there's a 3-year look-back period with up to a 5-year penalty or waiting period, depending on how much you gave away. And then there's this income test, and this is really critical. The income test to determine how much of a check am I going to be eligible for. We take your countable income, as I mentioned, and then we're going to subtract certain expenses. So paying for assisted living, home care services, even someone coming in and helping clean your house. Those are offsets that'll lower your countable income and allow you to then get a larger check under this aid and attendance program. Then we're going to apply.
Okay.
All right.
Apply. Yeah.
And so the first step, I think, is you go to the website, va.gov, and you've got to get the form. The starting point is filing a form, and it's form 21, I want to get it right, 21-2680. And so that's the form, and there's going to be medical reports, so you're going to need your doctor to be involved in filing this. So it can be complicated, and it could take up to 9 months to get an approval. So how do you streamline this? How do you get help? We're going to talk about some resources in helping file that application.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
And so first step, go to the VA regional office. They are so helpful, and they'll walk you through it. You can go to an accredited attorney or agent, that's someone who's accredited with the VA, and so they can help you. You can go to a service organization, and I would say this is where most people probably go, is to the service organizations. These are approved by the government, the VA, and these organizations help veterans in a whole series of ways, but they can help on the aid and attendance program. An experienced elder law attorney who's knowledgeable about veteran benefits can be helpful. And you can call the VA benefits hotline, 1-800-827-1000. Wonderful resources. I would say get the help. Don't go it alone.
Right.
You go it alone, it's going to take months and months and months, and maybe you're going to be upset because you're not approved for some reason or another. That could easily be fixed.
So we quickly mentioned in the beginning, it kind of glossed over, but it's worth repeating. Spouses are eligible for this as well too, right?
So this is the hidden benefit.
Okay.
All right, because who would think that a veterans program is going to help a widowed spouse? And so this is a great benefit. Mostly men are in these wars, and women live longer than men. So this is a benefit that's there that if they need help with assistance with activities of daily living, if they meet the medical requirements, and they were married at the time their veteran spouse died, and if they're single, then they're entitled to this benefit. Or if they got married during a certain period of time, then we'll also let them in as well, which is really great.
Well, that's it. Thanks for sharing the hidden benefits for veterans. You know, it's a very complicated thing to negotiate through all these things that you're so helpful with, and especially our veterans. They deserve our respect and our support for all they've done to protect us. So thank you for spending a little time and shedding some light on this hidden benefit.
Absolutely, and we do on our website have a guide at vjrussolaw.com /guides.
Okay.
And so there's a guide on veteran benefits.
I was just saying to Vincent, there's a lot of guides that he has on his website, so it's well worth looking at.